Happy Memorial Day weekend, and thank you for joining us at the temporarily closed Lake Superior Railroad Museum in the St. Louis County Depot here in downtown Duluth. Memorial Day weekend. Time to think back all the freedoms we have and to thank the men and women of this great country who braved life alone and fought for those freedoms. To all our veterans, current and past, we say thank you, we honor you, and we owe you more than just this weekend. But we have this weekend, and it's a great opportunity to talk about how the railroads went to war. So we've picked two, World War I and World War II, to tell you about. Today, on this Sunday, Memorial Day weekend, we'll talk about World War I. And tomorrow, on Memorial Day, we'll tell you how the railroads went to war just less than 20 years after World War I was done. Starting our story, the war broke out in 1914 in Europe. And it wasn't going very well for the Allies. Not until the United States joined in 1917. But boy, were we a mess. And the railroads were part of the problem. Most of the stuff had to go from the West Coast all the way across the country to the East Coast to be shipped off to the war in Europe. And that created a problem. There was no way that there was enough capacity in the rail system. Not only that, the rail system itself was almost in shambles. Years of government control had squeezed the margins of the railroads, and they hadn't invested in their infrastructure as they should have. More importantly, they were squeezing their own employees. And in 1916, there was a long, protracted strike. And that strike left a lot of hurt feelings and a lot of uneasiness. So by the time 1917 came around and America was at war, the railroads were ill prepared. And it was quite obvious. In that first year alone, 158,000 stranded shipments of boxcars piled up on the West Coast that couldn't get to the East Coast. So President Woodrow Wilson, by the end of 1917, nationalized the railroads. Now this was something he did a little different than you think of nationalizing an industry. He didn't take over, he just rented the railroads and got a powers board to tell them what to do. The U.S. Railroad Authority Administration. USRA, ran the railroads. And actually it led to some very good things. First thing was standardization. All the railroads could interchange cars, but really that was about it. The standardization came when the railroad board told them how to make an engine. 2,000 were constructed. How to make boxcars. 100,000 were made, all to the same standards. And they made the transition from a wood boxcar to a metal boxcar. It all ended on March 1st, 1920, along with World War I. What happened then, though, set the stage for what was going to change railroading for the rest of the century. After World War I, the infrastructure of America was tired. It had been used and it had been beaten. And even though we won the war, here at home, things were just coming back to normal. What they had done was they started something brand new, long distance trucking. They found a way to truck from one end of the country to the other. And that beat up the old roads that hadn't been built that well in the first place with all these heavy trucks. So what did the US government do? Well, they rebuilt all the roads after World War I. Did they do the same for the railroads, which had also taken a beating? No. And that set the stage for more to come. Tomorrow we'll tell you how the railroads went to war in World War II and how this wonderful building played such a huge part in that, and how the Pullman Company stepped up to the demand. All those stories coming tomorrow. In the meantime, please share this with every veteran you know. Give them our thanks for their job well done. We do appreciate you. And to tell you we appreciate you, we're going to remind you, wash your hands, cover your coughs, don't touch your face. Please, if you're sick, stay home, take care of yourself, and hey, let's take care of each other.